Hello, my AWA Lunatics. Mike Napier here. Welcome you to the very first edition of The Verbal Assault, where we get an earful from the men and women of the Assault Wrestling Alliance. And this show is premiering ahead of our Fall Brawl event on October 29th, details of which can be found in the description and show notes below. So be sure to pick up your tickets because we have a hell of a card lined up. First, we got the Mat Monster, Zion Hart against the Toxic King, Rico Hendricks. The Fly Fellas defend their AWA Tag Team titles against the Blood Brothers in a 2 out of 3 Falls match. Irvin Legend bows it out with Bo Crockett. The AWA Heavyweight title is on the line when Vladimir Koloff defends his title against Brimstone. We have ourselves a four-way dance for the vacant AWA Cruiserweight Championship. Mantequilla Merc, Mike Law, Ty Awesome, and George Broman Jr. fight for gold. And the AWA Open Challenge title is defended as Vladimir Koloff pulls double duty, taking on the mountainous and unmovable Everest. Packed events, so make it out to see us if you can. Come early, hang out with us. We always try to make it a community event for all the folks out here. So just come and have a good time, see some wrestling. You'll love it. But now with like all of that promotion out of the way, for this inaugural episode, I want to throw on over to the icy recesses of Russia for my conversation with the AWA heavyweight and open challenge champion, the Russian destruction himself, Vladimir Koloff. So, for those not familiar with the champ here, who are you, and most importantly, how have you stayed so dominant in AWA?
Well, you should know who I am. These people should know who I am. For those who are ignorant to who I am, let me inform you. I am your AWA heavyweight champion. I am your open challenge champion. I am your Russian hero, Vladimir Koloff. And my dominance is simple. It's not just because I'm a hard hitter. It's not just because I'm a bigger guy. It is because I am superior to the athletes that the Assault Wrestling Alliance throw into the ring with me.
All right, all right. I can't deny a lot of that, just for the simple reason is you're keeping up quite a pace there, because two title defenses per show. That is some very serious strain on your body, your mental conditioning. I How do you manage to keep that up? You have yourself a little Rocky Four montage just kind of going on. What's Russian training like versus training in the West, those others at the Assault Wrestling Alliance?
Well, I think it boils down to more climate than anything. Moscow is very cold most of the year. So I have to adjust to that. Not only that, but I'm a bigger guy. I'm very aware of this. But my conditioning is deceptively good. Deceptively good. I believe that what throws these competitors off to Big Vlad, the champ, is they expect if they can get me past a 15-minute, a 20-minute, a 30-minute, a 40-minute, so on and so forth time limit, they can get me to that point they believe I will break. And when I do not, they have no answer at that point. I believe my conditioning, my Russian conditioning, is unlike any other.
Hmm. What's the longest match you've ever been part of?
As a matter of fact, I just crossed this limit 2 weeks ago. Down in the southern states, I had a match with a competitor that I won, and it was a 42-minute match.
Whew, that's a bit of Broadway there.
Yes, yes, almost went through the hour time limit, but at the very end, Big Vlad got the win.
I assume you were just giving your competitor false hope.
False hope, and not that I will give the competitor credit. He managed to hold on. However, I always have an answer. It goes right back into the point of people believing because I'm a bigger size comrade, if you will, bigger size Roski, that they believe that I will submit as time goes on. But again, I have a lot more in my tank than some of these Americans may realize.
Strong like Porsche. So that's obviously a strong work ethic. Um, that's the pace that I'm talking about, and it's appropriate considering that AWA allows you to defend those titles all across the US. So, with that in mind, how many times per month do you end up wrestling?
It peaks and it valleys. Over, I believe this year alone, I have had 65 matches. Last year I had 91, I believe I ended the year with, which was a career high for a year. There have been many shows where I've had more than one match in a night. Matter of fact, the Open Challenge title, I won that in a tournament that consisted of 3 matches. I beat Chase Matthews, the then junior heavyweight cruiserweight champion. I defeated the future merciless champion Funny Bone, and then I beat Bo Crockett. 3 fine athletes for Americans, quite frankly. However, Vladimir Koloff managed to get it done. I've wrestled Once I wrestled 4 matches in a single night. So that it's not just the matter of events, but sometimes I am being put to the test with more than just one, more than just two, 3 or more matches per night if needed. But your Russian hero can handle it.
Uh, oh, definitely. I was there for that show when you won that title, and cannot say I saw you slow down at all. Maybe questionable means here and there, but
What
for
do
the
you
most
mean
part,
questionable means? What do you mean by that?
uh, it's all your intestinal fortitude, champ. That's what I mean.
No, no, questionable means. Well, first of all, what's your name?
My name is Mike Napier.
Okay, Mitchell, listen here. Vladimir Koloff only does things the fair and right way. That would not, anything less would be unbecoming of your Russian hero. Do you understand me? Don't you ever accuse your AWA heavyweight and open challenge champ, as you like to call him. Don't you ever accuse him of anything less ever again. I dominated, I decimated, and I was the victor that night.
I do apologize. I do apologize, Vlad.
Good.
I have great respect for the Russian destruction, Vladimir Koloff. I promise you that.
As you should.
So you've listed off quite a few competitors you've defeated in your wake. Who are some other competitors, both in AWA and out, that you're interested in sinking your hammer and sickle into in 2023?
I get this question a lot, not just about AWA, but everywhere I go. Who does Big Vlad want to wrestle? Well, quite frankly, 9 times out of 10, Vladimir Koloff is at the very top of whatever company he's in. And as far as AWA is concerned, it's not about who Big Vlad wants to wrestle. Because Big Vlad has it all. He's the man at the Salt Wrestling Alliance. I welcome any challenger that wants to get in the ring. I don't look at specifics. There's no guy above me. There's no comrade above Vladimir Koloff right now for me to demolish, for me to beat, for me to take something from them. I am the man at the very top of the mountain. They should be answering Vladimir Koloff every chance they get. If you want to be the best, the big Ruski is who you have to get through. But I guarantee that cannot and will not happen.
All right. But there is one name I would like to focus on just for a moment, if you will. Bo Crockett.
Certainly. Oh, Bo
Only
Crockett.
wrestler.
I just knew you were going to bring him up. Say what you got to say.
Well, he's the only wrestler with a claim of victory over you in AWA,
Ha!
even
Ha!
if admittedly the officials have no, well, official record of it. But please tell me your thoughts on Bo and, well, his claims.
So let's be perfectly clear here. I've heard what he's had to say. I saw his little video about the urban legend. Oh, he's the only man to beat the champ twice. You've been to AWA events. Has Bo Crockett pinned Vladimir Koloff?
Not
Niet.
that I
Niet.
can definitively say.
Niet. He has not pinned Vladimir. Has he submitted Vladimir Koloff? Niet. He has not. What he's referring to is some disqualification in a match that, in a disqualification I had no control of because he decided he wanted to put his nose in others people's business and he paid for it. He paid for it, not at the expense of Big Vlad. Then he talks about the 8-man tag. This is where his other supposed win is, where Vladimir Koloff walked out on the match because he was not being treated like the Russian hero as he should. Bo Crockett has not pinned me. Bo Crockett does not submit me. He has not counted me out. He has not beaten Vladimir Koloff. That's why it's not on record. No one in AWA has truly beaten Vladimir Koloff, and as far as I'm concerned, nobody in AWA has the ability to beat your Russian hero. So Bo Crockett's claims are false. They're predatory. They're
Predatory.
libel. They're stupid, is what they are. The fact that he walks around, and that's typical of you Americans. You get these little technicalities and then you believe that you're a winner, that you're a survivor, that you're a victor, that you did these things that you claim that you did. He has not beat Vladimir Koloff. He will not beat Vladimir Koloff. I guarantee you he cannot beat Vladimir Koloff. So if it makes Bo Crockett the White Wolf, the superhero, whatever he wants to call himself, if it makes him feel better about himself, if it helps him sleep at night to believe that he's got the victory over me, that's his own insanity. That's his own life. Let him live a loser's life. I will live the reality and the fact of the matter. That's what I have to say about Bo Crockett. But hey, if he can work his way back up and beat Arvin and beat more people, maybe one day he will have the opportunity to be beaten by Vladimir Koloff again.
Well, I for one know that I would love to see that matchup.
I bet you would, Mitchell.
Thank you. Moving away from the nerve that is Bo Crockett, clearly. What about the
No,
Patriot?
it's not on my nerve. That's not on my nerve. It's just fact.
Okay, Vlad. I totally believe you. Nothing's. Bo is clearly not crawling up your back.
Not at all. And you call me Mr. Champion Vladimir Koloff.
Mr. Champion Vladimir Koloff.
Who is your Russian hero, by the way?
Who is my Russian hero?
Thank you. See? You might be all right, Mikey.
Huh. Thank you, Big Vlad. So, but really, moving away from Bo, there is another challenger. What about the Patriot? He recently, for lack of a better phrasing, put you on notice. He wants to rid AWA of you specifically. And what do you have to say to that?
Why is it that AWA digs up these delusional people like Bo Crockett, like the Patriot? I mean, this is not 1997, and I'm not Bret Hart. I'm better than Bret Hart. The Patriot wants to run his mouth. He wants, first of all, why is he even here? Who allowed this man to come into my territory? You see, this is why I'm your Russian hero. I have to save you people at the assault asylum from people like him. People who, like the Patriot, who try to leech off of the success of Vladimir Koloff, your AWA heavyweight and open challenge forever champion. I have to save you people from the menaces like him. The Patriot's claims of being a viable contender for Vladimir Koloff is much like Bull Crockett's false. So as far as I'm concerned, I have the way I know how wrestling works, or wrestling, like some of you people like to say. I know how it works. I'm sure the Patriot will eventually weasel his way into a ring with Vladimir Koloff. Guess what? I have a Russian sickle just waiting to knock that stupid mask off his head. Pin him to the mat 1, 2, 3, and rid the assault asylum of the virus that is that patriotism. That is the Patriot. You understand me?
Very well.
And his mask is stupid anyway.
I mean, it's not bad.
Listen here! What's your name again? Mordecai? Don't you dare! Don't you dare disrespect me. I said his mask is stupid. His mask is stupid. Mine is way better.
I, I actually do find your mask to be fashionable.
Thank you. It's about time you got something right.
But, yeah, things are getting a little heated. So let's switch gears just a little bit here. A little bit of more of a fun question for you, champ.
Okay.
AWA lets their champion choose their match stipulation. So, what are your personal favorites? Your preferred methods of inflicting pain and or getting by using questionable means.
I heard the questionable means remark. First of all, Mason, you're getting on my bad side.
That
You
was
might be my next competitor.
I would not
However,
want to walk through the ropes with you.
nobody should. See, they should all have that feeling. However, I'm getting off track. My favorite stipulations, believe it or not, I'm undefeated in luchador matches. I'm undefeated in ladder matches. But I think my favorite match is the Russian chain match. There is nothing like a Russian chain that is tied to two men, and watching the brutality, the bloodshed, the Russian hero just taking that chain and sucking the life out of his opposer. I break people's will in a Russian chain match. So I would say one of these days the Assault Asylum will get to experience it firsthand. And it may very well be against you, Madison.
It's the nicest name anyone's ever called me. I do hope we get to see such a match here in AWA. Is that a little tease for the future?
You never know, Maxwell. It could very well be a future AWA match. I've got it in my back pocket ready to strike at any time.
Oh, let that be a little bit of a warning to any challengers out there for your titles.
Indeed, it is a warning, Milo, and it's not just a warning. It's a. Put it this way. They would much rather have any other match than this chain match, especially against Vladimir Koloff. It's not just their future, it's the end.
It's a brutal match, though, and I imagine, with having to defend both titles on the same show, and without obviously having much say in the matter of having to do that, you have to be smart about those stipulations, right? So what's your strategic outlook when it comes to that?
Well, I will use one match I'm in coming up, a stipulation-esque match with Everest, I believe is what they call the big man. And he is a mountain of a man. You see, we're in an I Quit match, I believe. And to be realistic here, a lot of people look at your, this is surprising. It kind of breaks my heart, but they look at me as the underdog in this match. They say, Everest, he's a big man. All I see is a giant, stupid man that I can break at will. You see, Vladimir Koloff in an I Quit match, that just means that I can do whatever I want, however I want, whenever I want. I can use whatever weapons I want. There is no limitation to what I can do to this man. Maybe in a standard match, he might have a leverage as far as size is concerned. Not that he could beat me. But in this match, I believe I'm the more dangerous man than the big man, if you will. Even though I have 2 title matches that night, even though they're trying to stack the odds against your Russian hero, you people should weep at what they're trying to do to me. But fear not. I will prevail. The key to these stipulations are simple. I'm a brutal man. I do not have much remorse when it comes to the villains in the story. The villains that are trying to destroy the assault asylum from everything pure and right. So I will have no mercy. I will have no remorse. I will do whatever I can and will to defeat these villains, to save the assault asylum, because I'm your Russian hero! Tell him!
Vladimir Koloff.
Mr. Champion Vladimir
Mr.
Koloff.
Champion Vladimir Koloff, our Russian hero.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome. Oh, it definitely sounds like for your mindset going into your battle against Everest, brutality moves mountains. But what about Brimstone, your other match of the night?
Here's a fun story about Brimstone. So, and by the way, I like that the brutality moves mountains. You're a little witty, aren't you?
I have my moments of T-search
Okay,
sorting.
that's enough. Shut up. Brimstone and I have a long history that these Maryland people are not aware of, or maybe are aware of a little bit. But I have wrestled in the southern states of your United States for some time, and one thorn in my side all of this time has been Brimstone, baby. Brimstone and I have been through many a battles. But why don't you ask Brimstone what his record is against Vladimir Koloff? Because it's not very great, let me tell you. Time and time again, Brimstone has stepped up, and time again, Vladimir Koloff has set him right back down. And I plan for that to be the case on October 29th at the Assault Asylum in Waldorf. It's a different state, it's a different part of his little country, but the result will be the same. and still AWA heavyweight champion, Mr. Champion Vladimir Koloff, your Russian hero. Have I not said Russian hero enough yet?
I think the count's up to 8.
Russian hero!
Almost a 10. All right, so obviously you are confident. And that brings me to my next question, which are, with that confidence, what are your overall goals in AWA? Any other titles you might have your eyes on? Tag, perhaps?
Well, here's the thing, Miguel. I'm a humble man. I'm a very I'm a very humble man. I I go about my day just like everyone. I put my shoes on the same way as everyone else. I mean, I have a lot of gold. I have a lot of goals. So as far as my goals in AWA, you mentioned tag team titles. It's funny you mentioned tag team titles because I have a tag team partner. His name is the Alpha Lion Charles West, and he's not been made familiar with Maryland yet. But we've been discussing, we've been talking, and as humble and as quiet and as handsome, devilishly handsome as I am, I realize I'm a busy man, but I'm not too busy to win more gold should that opportunity arise. So there, I believe, I feel confident there will be a day where me and my tag team partner, collectively known as the Pride, may very well go for those tag team titles. But let's be realistic here for a moment, Martin. If I decide, for instance, like with these tag team titles, like I decided with this open challenge title, like I decided with the heavyweight title, that if I want something, I will take it. Paragon's the television champion. Funny Bones the merciless champion. Vladimir Koloff has beaten Funny Bone. Vladimir Koloff most certainly can beat Paragon. I might even go for the cruiserweight title. I mean, I'm agile, I'm quick, I can get it done. See, again, whatever my heart desires. So, as far as my goals going forward with AWA, I've mentioned some. On top of that, is ensuring that you people do not have your hearts broken. And what I mean by that is ensuring that each and every time Vladimir Koloff steps into the ring, he gives you the greatest of victories against the greatest of opponents and continues to be champion. My goals is to hold the gold that I have for some time. I call myself forever champion for a reason. And on top of all else, any other gold that may be in my path, I wouldn't mind taking that too.
Oh, you hear that, AWA Lunatics? It seems like we might have a belt collector in our future.
And his name is your Russian hero, the big bad Vladdy Daddy himself, Vladimir Koloff.
I knew you'd say that.
I'm glad you knew, Marco.
So, speaking of gold, your Open Challenge Championship. With that comes the caveat that there is literally no telling who may pop up, when, or where with eyes on your prize. So how concerned are you about that kind of thing? In the same kind of way you may be concerned with Bo Crockett.
Who says I'm concerned with Bo Crockett? Are you trying to spin a narrative here, Monroe?
I am just here to report on whispers and discuss such things.
Whispers. Since when have whispers been factual? What have you heard me say today? What did I say about Bull Crockett?
You know what's funny? I don't think you've mentioned him.
Really? You know, if I was in person right now, you might have a problem on your hands. You just better hope that you're on my good side by the time I come back to the assault asylum. Do you understand me, you little worm?
Yes, my Russian hero.
That's what I like to hear. I'm not concerned about who may answer the call to my open challenge. Look, realistically, yes, it puts the champion, it puts the man, it puts the greatest wrestler who ever lived, it puts your Russian hero at a risk by not knowing who may be the one to step up to the challenge. I've been able to prepare for Everest because, like the big dumb giant he is, he made this challenge loud and clear. However, there may come the day where I'm not 100% prepared, but I can promise you this: my talent, my ability speaks for itself. And while somebody may be sneaky, someone may try to put me at a disadvantage by waiting to the very last minute to challenge me, that's okay. I have this thing that I love. It is called a Russian sickle. Are you familiar with what a Russian sickle is, Mario?
That I am.
It is that lariat, that sweet, sweet, beautiful lariat, that any time I throw it out and hit someone across their neck, their throat, their head, quite frankly, I don't give a damn where I hit it. As long as it connects, that's lights out. So as far as I'm concerned, I admire someone who wants to take the ability to throw Big Vlad off his game, possibly by challenging me the very last minute. I commend them. It's the closest they could get to throwing me off my game, but quite frankly, I am just superior in every way. That includes the mental ability to take upon the challenge and blast right through it.
You know, you may have your detractors, but I don't think even they could deny that with that sickle you have taken many a heads off.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the answer to all of my problems, quite frankly. When in doubt, throw the sickle out. I mean, whether it be an opponent, whether it be a little old lady that's in my way at the grocery store, if she's in my way, Russian sickle, she's gone, she's done. If
Does
there's
this
a
happen
guy on
recently?
the yes, if there's a person who cuts me off on a Russian street or even an American, especially, oh my gosh, if it's an American road and they cut me off, throw them at their car, Russian sickle, they're done. If there's interviewers that try to spin narratives, that try to speculate and aggravate their Russian hero, then I just pull that Russian sickle out with all those veins popping. Bam! Goo! Goodbye! There goes their head. Any
This
questions?
did this happen recently?
I feel like it's coming. I just have this feeling that your Russian hero may be aggravated enough, Marvin, to throw a Russian sickle at an interviewer's head. You know anybody like that?
Nobody professionally.
We will see. We will see.
Hmm.
The day is still young.
That's true. It's night, but yes. So, moving away from that area, with Fall Brawl about to go down, and a lot more coming here for AWA in 2023 and beyond. What do you want the fans to know going forward?
There's a video that will come out very soon. It's a video that I recorded last night for this event, a promo, if you will. And I'm going to spoil it a little bit because I'm not sure when this is coming out. But basically, I want the fans to take a good look. A very, very good look. And I know that these fans may not believe it, they may feel deceived, but Mac, I can assure you, Even a guy with glasses like yourself can see this vision. And that vision will be on one arm, the heavyweight title, the other arm, the open challenge title, and my beautiful face, my beautiful mask. That's your future, AWA fans. That is your future, because Vladimir Koloff intends to be your champion, your hero, your superior athlete forever. And I don't mind being an ambassador for AWA and saving you people from the villains of this world like Bo Crockett, the Patriot, Everest, Brimstone. You name 'em, I'll sit them down. I will save the Assault Asylum like I have been in 2023 and beyond. The future's bright for Assault Wrestling Alliance. I believe we both can agree upon that, Marvin.
That we can, yes,
And
definitely.
it is especially bright, Magnus, because Vladimir Koloff is your champion.
And you've been a hell of a champion, a double champion. And you've been an ambassador. I've got to say, you've been quite the ambassador, taking our titles around. And
Thank you, Milo. I appreciate that. You know, I'm a very humble guy, so it's not very often that I get to tout my accomplishments, but I feel really good about what I've done.
you know, you should pat yourself on the back a little bit more.
I agree. Oh,
There you
that
go.
felt good. That felt good. I
Yeah.
thank you for that. I thank you, Melvin.
You're welcome. You know, I try to boost people's self-esteem. So, one final question before I let you go back to Russian stuff. Do we need more Koloff?
Best question of the night, Maurice. As far as I'm concerned, you, AWA, my competitors, this country, these states, the whole world needs more Koloff. So, yes, I do think so.
Well, in that case, I want to thank the champ here for joining us here on The Verbal Assault.
Mr. Champion Vladimir Koloff, your Russian hero.
Mr. Champion Vladimir Koloff, your Russian hero.
Thank you, McCoy.
You're welcome. On behalf of AWA and Vladimir Koloff, we will see you on October 29th for Fall Brawl. Catch you later.